It looks like we're in the middle of the ocean. Look at that. Huge expanse, the waves, the swells. But we're not really in the middle of the ocean because there is land over there. Yorktown this morning and the sea was just roaring. It was waves, unbelievably. They're at the marina. We were in a marina still, and so we had every intention of leaving at 8 o'clock, and we had to wait for the waves to calm down. And it was breaking over the water. It was breaking over the back of boats. It was unbelievable. But it calmed down later in the morning, and so we left, I guess, around 11:30 or noon, something like that. And we are now completely out of the York River and are headed we're in the Chesapeake Bay, but like the big part of the Chesapeake Bay is that way. You know. But we're going to be going north, and we're getting to Solomon's Island tomorrow, so we're going to anchor out tonight. So we considered going to Deltaville, but we decided we wanted to anchor instead of going to a marina. And Deltaville supposedly has really good marinas, but we decided to anchor instead. And we're gonna go north of Deltaville a little bit, and then get out of the bay, and then tomorrow go back into the bay and go on up to Solomon's. So the waves are much less than they were earlier today, and it's pretty rocky out here. We had the waves on our beam, which, as I said before, is on the side of the boat, and so we were rocking, but Chris says the waves are only probably 1 foot. It's pretty rocky. So we were going our normal RPM, like our usual 800 RPM, conserving fuel. We did get fuel before we left. We had to go to a different marina. And so we thought, we'll just conserve fuel. But it's so rocky, we were like, well, maybe if we go a little faster, it'll take the waves a little better. So we increased our speed, and I think we're up to 1200 RPM now, and it's much less, we're not rolling as much as we were earlier. And the winds aren't terribly bad today, but I thought it wouldn't be as loud on video if I stay inside the cockpit. We are at our anchorage in Fleet Bay, which is just north of Deltaville. And it's a nice little bay. There's some houses over there, and there's a beach back this way. Let me see if I can get it. There's a beach over here, and it has a tiki bar and there's a beach over here. It has a tiki bar and a picnic table. As my friend Cheryl said, it is BYOB, and I said, I think it's BYO everything, because that is, somebody set that up. That's cute.
Well, good morning. We are on Chesapeake Bay. We've got about a 50-mile run towards Solomon this morning. You're looking at the west side of Chesapeake Bay. It's It's early, a little after 8 o'clock, and it's quite an experience. I never thought I would be boating on Chesapeake Bay. There's like little houses and some fishing villages along. We had a good night last night on anchor. We were up one of these little channels. We're making our way to Solomon because on the 22nd we're picking up our nephew Stephen. He's going to spend 2 weeks with us, so we're more than excited. We can't wait to have him with us. He's a great guy. Laura's he's flying into Baltimore, and from Solomon's we're going to rent a car and drive to Baltimore and pick him up and drive him back. We made that plan because we didn't know exactly where we'd be, but we figured we'd be in, driving distance to Baltimore, anywhere along the west coast here. So that way we didn't have to micromanage the schedule of where to pick him up and where to be at the exact time. But it's a beautiful day. It was calm yesterday, maybe less than 1 foot, and today we got probably 3 or 4 inch waves. There's nothing to it. It's a beautiful day. No wind. So I think we're going to have a good cruise. We were very busy in Yorktown doing all the stuff that we did. And then I got the video put up the day before yesterday, and I sat down and watched on YouTube last night, and I saw how horrible the video was. Well, I don't know what happened to the graphics that are on the intro, but they're gone. So I've got to go investigate that. And I don't know, I guess our microphone is kind of failing. It comes in and out so much, and I'm kind of a mumbler, so it didn't pick up my voice very well. So I investigated looking into just erasing it and reloading it, but if you do, you lose all the views that you had of it, so I don't want to do that. So we may just live with it. This whole video thing is a learning experience for us. So we're trying to figure it out as we go. We're coming on some crab pots here. Hang on. Well, I'm going to try to pick up where I left off before all the crab pots. But so when I made the videos and look at them on the computer, they look okay. But once the process of getting them uploaded to YouTube, apparently the last couple of videos have had some corruption in them. So I'm not sure exactly what to do about that, except keep trying. As for the sound, we've got a new microphone, and this is it. So I'm hoping it's going to sound better. And I appreciate y'all hanging in there with us while we can kind of work out all the bugs of learning how to do all these videos, as well as learning how to cruise.
It looks like we're in the middle of the ocean. Look at that. Huge expanse, the waves, the swells. But we're not really in the middle of the ocean, because there is land over there. That's Virginia, and I believe just north of that to the right is Maryland. We're almost in Maryland. This is unbelievable. So we pulled into the Calvert Marina in Solomon, Maryland. And we were only one of 3 boats that were on their floating docks there. Once we got there, about 5 other boats, I think, showed up.
Including No Agenda.
Including No Agenda, yeah. But it is early in the season, so a lot of things aren't open quite yet, and boating hasn't really started. One of the things that I will say is I'm much less nervous about docking. And this was a great dock. They have a floating transient dock, just a face dock that was really easy. And but I'm excited because I'm not nearly as nervous as I used to be, and I think we're getting pretty good at it.
Well, we went to the Pax River Naval Air Museum, and which was a pretty nice place. They had a lot of planes there. They had a lot of displays, a lot of models, which were really cool because you never really see models of some of these planes. They had a bunch of helicopters there, and they had some flight simulators that Mike and I were in. But I thought this was really cool. They had like a 10, 12 foot long model of different aircraft carriers.
One night in Solomon's, we all went to dinner at this really nice Italian restaurant. It was no agenda. Mike and Jody, and Indigo Seas, which is Linda and Simon, and us with Stephen. We left Solomon's Island area this morning. We are headed out into the Chesapeake. We're not quite there yet, but we are still in the Solomon Island. I don't remember the name of this river, but it starts with a P. And we spent a few days here. I rented a car and drove to Baltimore and picked up my nephew. So my nephew is with us, so we're very excited about that. He's going to spend a while with us, a couple of weeks, I think. So we're excited. We stayed at Calvert Marina, which is across the little river. Some friends there would dinghy over to Solomon's. Some people had some bikes, and they biked over to Solomon's, and we went over there and ate. And it was a cute, Solomon's is a very cute little area. I did enjoy it. Jody and Mike, on no agenda, got here, and they were at the marina with us. And then also Linda and Simon on Indigo Seas, they ended up at the same marina as well. And we all, we had a really good time with them. We had a great time. I'm very excited that my nephew is here. I've really missed him. I haven't seen him since October. So I'm so happy Steven's here. Hopefully he's going to enjoy his time. I told Chris he can't put him to work. Yes, this is his vacation. But we're gonna have a good cruising day and do some stuff and have some anchorages. We're gonna anchor out, I think, tonight. And then, so he's gonna get the full effect of cruising on the Chesapeake, I think. Well, we have turned off of the main Chesapeake Bay, and we're going up this big creek to Oxford tonight. We're going to go to Oxford, Maryland. And it really has flattened out. It wasn't bad earlier. It was choppy, but it's just like a lake out here now. It's wonderful. And we increased our speed a little bit, so we ramped up our RPMs just to make it a little easier to get through the choppy water. And so we kept our speed. So we're going to get there a little quicker. But it's just gorgeous. Just a beautiful day. It turned out gorgeous. It's chilly. So we anchored in an anchorage across from Oxford and finally got the dinghy back in the water. We realized we hadn't had the dinghy down since probably Florida, I think. And so we dinghied across this little creek, and went to a restaurant that was open. They had a dinghy dock and no agendas there as well. And so we met them there for like an early dinner. We were going to go tour the town, like walk around the town and get some ice cream at the world's best ice cream place. But because it's so early in the season, nothing is open on Mondays.
We were very lucky to find a restaurant, apparently, that just started being opened on Mondays. So you might want to call and make sure whenever you are in the area. So the town of Oxford is back here, across this little river or creek. And it's a beautiful night. Still a little chilly, but it's very nice. The wind has died down. And it's a beautiful, beautiful sunset. We didn't do much this week because we were having to clean the boat getting ready for my nephew. We needed to clean the V berth because that's where he's going to sleep, and that was previously known as our storage room. So please like and subscribe and leave us your comments. We love getting your comments.